So I'll officially say hi, everyone. Welcome to our December marketing workshop. I can't believe this is our last one for 2024. Super excited to introduce our speaker, Sanjay Paul is the owner of Marketing Markers, a digital marketing agency. His business was established a few years ago, but he brings 25 years of industry experience as a technologist and marketing specialist. He is an educator with a deep passion for helping small businesses grow and scale. He's had the privilege of working with major enterprises such as Walmart, Target, Bank of America, Citibank, and Goldman Sachs for their legal departments. He's also committed to supporting small businesses, which has never wavered. And during the pandemic, he helped many small businesses stay afloat and thrive. He's worked with a lot of professionals that work in the divorce space. I should say he's a member of the NADP in the Monmouth chapter, and he uses tailored strategies to connect professionals with individuals that are navigating the complexities of divorce. His mission is to empower entrepreneurs and professionals to reach new heights by leveraging technology and impact marketing strategies for meaningful success. He's amazing. I'm going to say that we don't normally have marketing professionals in the NADP, but his chapter really went on a mission to get him to be a part of their chapter. They really fought hard to make that happen. So we're excited that we have added marketing category to one per chapter, but I'm thrilled to have him here speaking for all of our members today. So Sanjay, I'm going to let you take it away.
All right. Thank you, Nicole. I appreciate that. All that introduction, let me just start sharing my screen and slides so that we can get going. And let me put that in the presentation mode so that we are. All right. You guys can see my slide. Nicole, confirm. All right, good.
You're good. You're good.
So,
Thanks.
thank you everyone for joining. I appreciate everybody joining today, and thank you, Nicole, for fantastic introduction. Yes. So yes, I'm owner of a digital marketing agency, um, and what I do really, and I think Nicole mentioned it all. I have been in the industry for 25 years, and primarily work. My initial part of my career, I was a website development kind of person. I did a lot of website development and helped a lot of these entrepreneurs. And before jumping into marketing and love marketing, and I spent a lot of time in marketing also. And during pandemic, I did get an opportunity to like save quite a lot of businesses, like doing a freelancing because a couple of those businesses were going out of, a couple of those businesses were just kind of shut down because they were not able to communicate with their customers, and I was able to get them online, and they were able to communicate well, and they survived. And then later on, they sold the business, couple of them, and just at profit. But it was good for me to, you know, give me a good feeling like I can really do help these small businesses out. And then I changed my career from being an entrepreneur, from being working for an enterprise to start my own. That's what the pivoting point. So moving on. So here's the thing. Before I start, just want to let you know that I'm not planning to go over the divorce process in general. I'm sure you guys are experts and doing this thing for a very long time. So I'm going with the assumption that I don't have to do anything, but if there is something which comes up, we will talk about it too. But my focus primarily on the marketing aspect, though I will use some of the details, concepts to highlight the marketing side only, little concept of the divorce stuff to, to highlight the marketing side of it. Okay, so the key takeaways from this meeting, and I'll keep in mind that the next slide itself, I'm directly jumping into the marketing part of it. So the key takeaways from this thing is understand the market segmentation, and idea is to see that what kind of strategies what strategies you guys can use. And this is not particularly for any specific, what you call it, field. It's not like, oh, this is real estate specific or attorney specific or a coach specific or mediators. It's like in general, I'm talking about it, and it will apply to all of you guys at some point because you are all in coming in different stages of the divorce process itself. Second thing is I'm going to talk about marketing focus for each stage of the client journey. Generally, the client journey, I'm breaking it up into three different parts, like before, during, and after, just to keep it simpler. But there are a lot more stages in the plate, and you guys know it. But I'm just going to say that how we handle those marketing strategies when I'm going to 3 day stages of it. Understanding the need of the buyer persona. Very importantly, you need to define the persona of the buyers. We're going to go through that, what a persona is. I'm going to show you samples of what a persona basically looks like and what I'm going to do with the personas. Then once we have those personas and stuff, then how you guys are gonna do the marketing messages and tailor the marketing message. I'm gonna use one of the personas to just talk about that. Hey, if I had to do the tailor marketing or marketing message tailor to them, what should you do? Choosing the right marketing channels. Again, now once you have that defined persona and marketing message, what are the channels? Where do I put it? What is more appropriate for me? And then the content, you're going to write the content. There's a strategy for the content, like what type of content you should write and how do you think about that doing it. And finally, the engagement strategy of it. Now, having said that, there will be some time end of the meeting. I'm going to give it like 10 minutes. I was talking to Nicole, like at least 10 minutes or 15 minutes time where I can answer any of the questions you may have. But if it's a very burning question and you want to pause, just pause me and say I ask question. If the question is too long to answer, I'll push it in the end. I'll take a note of that. If I cannot answer the question in the end, I'm more than happy to actually you can reach out to me after the meetings and have one-to-ones and just I can explain a lot more. All right. So first step, I'm just jumping right into this one. Developing specialized marketing strategies. So there are three aspects of it. One, targeting communications is very important when you do talk about marketing strategies. Second thing, channel selections, important. And third is special considerations. What are the special? We're going to talk about it a little bit. Targeted communications. What does it mean? It means that understanding the two aspects of it. Majorly, I'm covering here. Understand the emotional and the practical needs. Like this includes recognizing the emotional support your client requires, as well as the specific type of legal and financial advice they seek. You all know about that. Tailoring the messages. What does it mean? It means like messages should be crafted to address the specific concerns of different demographic groups. For example, younger clients might respond better to a digital marketing campaign on platform they frequently go, while other older demographic may want something traditional form of communication, right? Channels, choosing the right platform, right? Selecting a marketing channel is based on where your target audience spend their time. For example, social media platform like Facebook, Instagram are excellent for targeting a broader demographic, while professional platform like LinkedIn, for example, might be better suited for the high net worth individuals or professionals. So you need to think that what is the choice of my channel? Integrated marketing and communications, right? You got to ensure the consistency across different channels by integrating your messaging to present a unified brand image. For example, your blog post, your social media content, your email newsletters, if that's going on, should all communicate the same core messages, but tailored to fit the medium. The messages across should be the same. It should be the same theme which you're talking about, same kind of information. But now when you're sending an email will be different than a blog post and a social media content. Okay. Special considerations like, well, I'm sure you guys are very well aware of this, but be mindful of the cultural differences in the perception of divorce and tailor your marketing accordingly. This might mean like using different imagery, language, or case studies to resonate with different cultural groups within your market. And I think this one is, you guys are very well aware of this one too. Legal and ethical considerations. Don't need to say this, but also ensure all the marketing practice comply with the legal standard and ethical guidelines specific to advertising legal services. This include being truthful of your marketing and respecting privacy and confidentiality of the people. All right. Moving on. Now we're talking about audience segmentations and targeting. Right. What is market segmentation? Segmentation is like divide the potential client base into meaningful and manageable segment. These segments are based on demographic, psychographics, behavioral data, specific needs related to the divorce process. Common segmentation criteria include like age, gender, financial status, whether the clients have children or not. Like you can segment your market based on all of these things and way more than these things too. Again, it depends upon which marketing channel you are using and what that channel has to offer. You can divide your market that I'm going to target these guys or I'm going to target these people. Location is another place where you can do that too. What is an importance for this one? Now, why do you do segmentation? Effective segmentation allows you to understand the unique characteristics and needs of each of the group. That leading to a more personalized. Keep in mind that personalization is these days in the high in the digital world, everything has to be personalized. And if you are personalizing it, then the success is better. You get more results, successful. You get more successful in the results. And it also helps in allocating resources more efficiently and increasing the relevance of your messages. That will work better because here's the thing, if you take the same message and start posting onto different all the different channels, it generally will not work well. Now, if you tailor your messages for a specific segment or a group of people, it will work way better. The results will be much, much better, and you'll be surprised at how well it works that way. Now, demographic consideration, we talked about a little bit on the previous slide, but demographic considerations, for example, age. Now, your younger clients might be more responsive to the digital media marketing efforts, including social media and online ads, while the seniors client may prefer more traditional media. I'm not saying that they always, I've seen a lot of people, senior, including my dad, they're on Facebook and Instagram a lot. But but he also kind of goes to newspapers and other stuff, which are like traditional media, like flyers and stuff. So keep in mind that who are you targeting and what their traditional media or what their traditional media they go with. Gender, okay. Marketing can be tailored to address concern that statistically more significant for one gender. For example, well, quite a lot of statistical data, which I was doing some researches also says that the women often initiate divorce more frequently than men and may have a different financial concern and priorities. Now, if that is what you're trying to target, you can actually target them very well. And it works better because it's going. And if you go to Facebook, or giving an example, you go to Facebook, you can say, I would like to target certain people, certain gender, certain age. You can actually do that on Facebook very, very well. Another demographic consideration when you're thinking of strategy for segments is income. So high net worth individual might require more detailed information on asset protections and complex financial planning. That necessitates a different approach compared to the client with fewer assets and less financial concerns. Keep that in mind because when you're trying to segment it, you need to know who are these people? What is the financial world? Where am I targeting? Am I going to LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram? Where am I going? That helps to segment it better or tailor the strategies also better. Another area is behavioral and psychographic factors. What am I talking about here is client readiness. Now, segment clients based on their stage in decision-making process, from those just beginning to consider divorce to those actively at the legal representation. So tailor your outreach and content accordingly, from education material for the beginners to more direct call to action for those further along in the process, right? They're already gone through. They don't need more education because they already know. It's like, hey, take an action on this one and move on, move forward. Preference, again, this is all about segmentation, that which segment you are targeting. And you need to know when I'm targeting a specific segment, what my strategy should be. And these are the things which I've seen it working well. Preferences and values, like understanding your client values and preferences, such as desire for confidentiality or a quick resolution. You can help tailor messages to resonate more deeply and trigger a response. What are they looking at? What are their preferences? What value they have? Again, when we are talking about the persona, we're going to talk a little bit about them too. Now, implementing these target marketing campaigns, what we do, content customization, or develop content that speak directly to the concerns and interests of each segment. For example, just create guides on navigating child custody for parents, or advise on financial independence for younger clients without children. Like that is the that is a level of content customization you can go with. Another option, like channel optimization. Use the preferred communication channel for each segment to deliver your message. This might mean more like targeting ads on platform like Facebook for maybe middle-aged client, or Instagram campaign for a younger client, younger demographics, right? Conversion strategies. Adjust your client to action based on segment characteristics and needs, right? For instance, offer a free initial consultation. I mean, you can think about that, offering a free initial consultation for those who are likely needing more information before committing to a service. Now, these smaller, I'm sure you guys are doing a lot more than just this one example. There are a lot more, and every business has different way of like, how can I offer some consultation to bring or to expedite the, uh, you know, uh, conversions, because it's all about when you talk to the client, it's all about know, like, and trust kind of model. They need to know you. They need to find that information you're giving. That they slowly and gradually sometimes form trust. Understanding the divorce process and the client journey. So the stage one is the contemplation and prep. This initial stage is where the individual are considering their option and gathering information. This is the first stage. They are really likely feeling uncertain, overwhelmed. Yes. So marketing focus. Now, at this stage, what is the right message? Now, if you're targeting these kind of people, these kind of segment, what are you going to do? Educational contents that helps potential client understand their options and the divorce process. This could include like blog posts, ebooks, checklists of the valuable information without overwhelming that. These are the small little things which will help them to overcome their that overwhelmed part of it. Engagement strategies. Well, use nurturing email and targeted ads that offer free webinars, initial or initial consultation to help them take that first step. Very important. And just keep the tone right. I think you all guys know this very well. When we all go through that CDS training, we talk about the emotional tone. That's like reassuring that and informative help to reduce anxiety. And an idea is to build the trust, because they are kind of at the first stage of the process, I would say. Next stage is like the active divorces go on. This stage involves legal proceedings of the divorce, where the individual need clear, straightforward advice and emotional support as they navigate through the complexity process. So marketing focus in this case is direct support through more personalized services, such as details guides on the legal procedures, one-on-one consultations, real-time assistance. This is kind of your marketing focus, should be a marketing focus. Now, what is an engagement strategy in this case is frequent communications. That's the key part of it. Frequent communication through emails or text that provide updates on the case's progress. And the next step is reinforcing the client's decision to choose your services. And again, the tone here is supportive and empathetic. I think you all are very well aware, and acknowledging the stress of the situation while offering practical solutions. The third stage is a post-divorce. I mean, And this is like after divorce is finalized, clients often need help. I think you all guys are doing this thing. I'm just trying to focus on saying that when if I have to do a marketing focus on these kind of things and I'm targeting these guys for marketing, what I should be doing it. There should be content that addresses life after divorce because it's very, very important to just not drop them, just have that connection there. That these content might include tips for financial planning, adjusting to single parenthood, or you know what, somebody wants to re-enter the dating world. Engagement strategies in cases, follow-up programs. You should have some follow-up programs, such as workshops or support groups that help former clients to adapt to their new life, showing ongoing care. And again, the emotional tone is very obvious, like optimistic and empowering. Focus on the new beginning and personal growth of it. Now, here we're getting into now we're getting to a little bit more crux of creating personas. We talk about initial strategies. We talk about a little bit about the marketing messages at the various stages of it, segmentation of it. Now we're talking about the personas. What is persona? A buyer persona, this is like the real definition of it, says are fictional representation of your ideal clients based on real data about customers' demographic, behavior pattern, motivation, and goal. They help you understand the diverse need of a client based on the tailoring your marketing strategies accordingly. What is the purpose of this in divorce marketing? Well, in the context of divorce services, these personas can help predict what specific concerns or services different type of clients might prioritize. Now, keep in mind that when you're creating a persona for this one, you are actually using all the Tailor strategy. You're already using a segmentation. You're already at a point where you're segmented. You know which type of client you are targeting. Now you're really going to a point trying to define that person, like fictional representation of that. And it's based on the real data of that. How do you create a persona? Well, first you have to gather the data, collect quantitative and qualitative data. And these are coming through your client interviews, your experience. Also, it's a great way to start putting in there. But it comes to the client interviews, surveys, social media interactions, website analytics, social media analytics. Basically, you're trying to focus on the demographic detail, behavioral trend, emotional drivers. All of that is coming. You're gathering that data about like who you are targeting and segmenting, and you're trying to define that person or persona for that particular segment. Now, the segment by the criteria that divide your audience based on the relevant criteria such as age, gender, financial status, and the presence of children. Consider also their stage in the divorce process, like what stage they are, like first, second, last, after divorce, also matters because the moment you start segmenting in the stage of the divorce, you actually can tailor your content, define a better persona, so that when you're trying to create your content and the marketing messages and all the stuff to reach out to them, it'll be more personalized versus just a generic version of it. You identify needs and goals, like analyze the data to understand the specific needs, preference, and goals for each segment. For example, one persona might value quick legal resolutions, while other might prioritizing securing financial stability. And the messaging and the reach out and the channels will be different in those cases. Again, the age and the location, everything does matter. But the moment you break it up, saying that one is quick legal resolutions versus, hey, I need to look for the financial stability, your messaging might be different. Or the way your business is, if you're on the legal part of it, what kind of messages I'm going to put it when you're in the financial aspect of it, what kind of messages I'm putting in there once you define this thing. So here's some of the details, like just sample of some persona. Persona one, like professional, Rachel, age, female, stage, contemplation, meaning first stage, needs and concern, cost-effective solution, clear guidance. This is the way you start defining the personas. This is just a sample. You can add more, 4, 5, 6 more fields to this one, which the more clearly you define the persona, the more accurate you define the persona, the better the message is going to be. And and good reach is going to be the conversion will be better. People will look at that message very well. I'm going to use Rachel in the future example as a person, but There are three of them, and each of them I was like active. I would put up three of them, like contemplation, active divorce, and post divorce, and how the things changes with them, and the age and all the factors are also kind of playing a role. So how am I going to utilize the persona? Now I got the persona. What I'm going to do? The content tailoring. That's the one I was been talking about. Develop content that speaks directly to the concerns of each persona. Like for Rachel, we were talking about create a blog post about the affordable divorce options. For like if I go next one, David, I will detail guides on asset division. For Linda, for example, information of life after divorce. These are the content I'm tailoring it. Channel optimization. Choose the most effective communication channel for each of the personas, right? Like for example, use Instagram and online ads for Rachel. That'll work very well because of the age and everything else. They will be more on these kind of platforms. LinkedIn and target emails for David because David was looking for more affordable options and he's like active divorce, or maybe the community newsletter or local workshop for Linda's because again, age factor, maybe that's the criteria that she is. That doesn't mean that she's not on the Facebook or any other platform, but the statistically data shows that the the, the baby boomers generally are primarily on the Facebook platform. It doesn't mean that all of them are there, but majority of them are there. But if you want to target it, the chance of you getting a success is higher. I do always tell people to go Facebook and Instagram together. That helps because you can because most of the people are these days are Facebook and Instagram both. So that definitely helps. Conversion strategies, adjust to call to action based on the personas, like and stage of the divorce process, ensuring they are timely and resonate with the person's immediate actions. Sometimes you need to give more time. Sometimes you give a call to action is different based on each of these personas. Now, crafting, tailoring mass marketing messages. Like I'm going to show the techniques like for what I'm going to do, empathy mapping, the process. So start by creating a detailed empathy map for each of the buyer's persona. Include what my client might be thinking, feeling, hearing, and seeing. I think we heard all of these kind of things when we were doing the CDS part of it, but now we're going to use that whole thing which we are trying to do and try to map into personas. So what they're thinking, feeling, hearing, and seeing as they navigate their divorce. This deep understanding will guide the tone and the content of the message. Now, when you do an implementation of that, don't overwhelm by the legal jargons. Like, for instance, if empathy mapping reveals that a person is feeling overwhelmed by the legal jargon, create content that explains legal terms in a layman's language, if possible. Technique for crafting effective messages. So another thing is tactical use of languages. Develop a messaging that reframes potentially triggering legal terms into languages that emphasize corporations and mutual benefit. Just to give an example, transform the litigation into negotiating a fair agreement. That probably might rhyme better versus throwing some jargon in there and people do get scared with the legal jargons a lot. Highlight the positive outcome. Focus on messages on the benefit of each action, such as how mediation can lead to a better post-divorce relationship rather than just adversarial aspect of the processes. So it's very important that how you're addressing this sensitive topic and how you really change the language and show that there is a care part of it too. Now, creating an educational content. This is another important aspect which I want to talk about. Informative resources. It's very helpful, and I've seen that a lot of people I've worked with, they start doing it a lot, which is really really helpful. Like produce a comprehensive guide, step-by-step videos, FAQs that demystifying the divorce process. The topics might include like how to prepare for your first legal consultations. I was working for one of the real estate attorneys, and when we were writing blogs for him, these are the small little things we started working with him. Like, hey, can it when I'm reaching out to you, not really just jump into the really thing of like, hey, this is how the legal process is. Bring me in, talk me a little bit about all of the stuff. Give me some blogs and articles. How is my first legal consultation is going to look like? If I can read that or hear it like in a video, that would help me to just, orient myself when I'm going into that. Another option, like understanding your rights in the child custody. I would like to know that before I get into like, and writing a small blog or a video or something, an attorney talking about it would definitely help. Now, engagement through learning. Use interactive webinars, Q&A sessions, and I've seen a few of my clients started using webinars and workshops and the Q&A sessions. This is again to educate and engage client, positioning in your firm as both thought leaders and compassionate allies. That helps a lot. So moving on to saying that evaluating the channel effectiveness now. Before that, we need to understand the audience preferences. Now, begin by identifying where your target audience spend most of the time. Different demographic, may prefer different platforms. For instance, and we talked about in the past, in the previous slide, the younger clients may be more active on social media, while there are some people who may be engaging more with traditional media, like talking about newspaper. Maybe they're more interested in radio. I don't know. And I was talking to one of my one of my client, and we were saying that, hey, do we have an option to go into the radios and talk about your advertisement over there? Yes, it is definitely possible. And yes, it will target a different set of audience, people who are into that radio mode. And there are a lot of youngsters also in the radio, depending on what channel you're picking it up. Channel strengths. Every channel has its own strength and reach capabilities. Access these strengths of each channel. Like social media might be great for building relationship and engaging in real time, whereas email might be better for delivering very personalized message, actionable contents directly to the client, right? So you need to, whichever channel you pick up, you need to understand what is the strength of this channel? What am I trying to do? Performance metrics. Now, this is a very important part, use analytics, because keep in mind that no matter which platform you go into, whether it's a Facebook, Instagram, even if you're sending email through your content management system, which is CMS system, that keeps a record of how the emails are performing. Facebook keeps a record of how each and every post, impressions, how it's going. Even Google does a lot of that. If you have a website and you don't have Google Analytics enabled, do that. If you have a website, you have Google Console not enabled, do that. It'll give you a wealth of information, so much information that you know who your clients are, how they're using your website, are they even using it correctly? That helps you to see that is my website really working? It's not working. So I'm just giving some additional tips here. So go and set this thing up. It's not very difficult. You can do that yourself. But this will give you such a lot of information. You know that is your website really working? Contents, are these contents really working? How many people are liking it? Am I getting an impression? Should I boost my content? Things like that. And this will also help you to kind of find out engagements, conversion. This data actually will help you to decide where to focus your efforts and above all of this thing, your budget. If you're spending too much money on a platform and you think it's not working, you need to know what's going on. Go with that. Go with the data. That tells you a lot of information about, is my Facebook advertisement working? Why it's not working? What is not working? Who all people are coming in? That kind of thing. Where are they coming from? Locations. Is that what I was targeting for? Things like that. So again, very important for point of view. Strategic channel integration part of it. So we're going to talk about cross-channel synergy now. Ensure that the channels work together. Again, I'm using this channel word a lot, but when I say channel, I'm sure you guys have got it. But just to be on the same page, channels are like Facebook is your channel, Instagram is your channel, Twitter, LinkedIn, search engine optimization, your website, your email. All of these are channels. Excuse me. When I say cross-channel synergy, ensure that all the channels work together in a very harmoniously. Like, for example, content created on your blog can be repurposed into shorter posts for social media. or detailed article for email newsletter. You need to change some stuff in there because email is different than your blog post, is different than the social media. But the main theme of the article can be used to do one thing. You created one big blog post, and that can be used multiple places. Use it. You don't have to go back and create new content every time. There is a blog post, take cut and paste from there. It'll be easier. Consistency of message. While the presentation of content might vary across channels, the core message, as I was saying earlier, core message should remain consistent. This reinforces your brand message and increase the effectiveness of your marketing efforts. Feedback loop. This is a very important part of it. You did all the cross channel and everything and all this thing. If you don't have a feedback loop, you don't know how you're doing. So implement mechanism of gathering feedback across channels. I was just talking previous slide. This will help you to refine your strategies and improve the client satisfaction. For example, monitor the comments. I didn't mention the previous one, but you need to monitor the comments. Who all people are commenting? What are they talking about? Direct message on social medias. Track emails. I'm saying that email analytics are available. So when you go through content management system, you can say that you can track your email saying that, hey, did anybody the email deliver? Did anybody saw the email? Did anybody open the email? Who all people are responding? Then who is the person who responded to my email? You can track each and everything from a content management system. So choosing the right marketing channel, this is a very important part. Now, best practice, we're going to talk about the best practice, social media. So use platform like Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn to engage with clients by sharing informative content, answering questions, and running some targeted ads if you want to. Each platform has tools for precise demographic targeting, such as age, location, and even interests, which can be crucial for reaching out to the right audience. Okay. Email marketing. So develop segmented email. This is very important that there's not one email which is going out to every segment. We talk about segmenting, we talk about personas, and we have all the client database with us. We have categorized them. We can send email very targeted email. So develop segmented email list to send tailored contents that meets the specific needs of a different client group. These are automatic campaigns can nurture leads over time, gradual building trust and guiding potential client through the decision-making process. Email is very powerful because it keep it engaged, keep them on the top of their mind, keep you on the top of their mind, and it's informative. So they look forward for email, and consistency is the key. You cannot send one email today and never send an email for 3 months. You're gonna drop out. Consistency is the key there. Traditional media, don't I don't want you to overlook the power of traditional media, especially if you're part of a target demographic that is less digitally savvy. Like I was talking about radio spots, newspaper ads, community bulletins can be very effective, particularly in a very in smaller or more traditional market segments. So three things I'm talking about: importance of a strong content strategy, education value, and empathy and engagement. So education value is providing educational content that demystifying the process. That is the thing. In the field of complex and emotionally charged things as divorce law, providing educational content that demystifies the process and inform the client about their options can position your firm as a trusted resource. And when you talk about empathy and engagement, content should not only inform, but also empathize. Acknowledge the emotional aspect of divorce can help build a connection with the audience, making your firm seem more approachable. That is a very key information that every business or every person, the owner of the firm, that has to create a brand and an image that it is approachable. It is like, I don't know, I don't like the guy, or I don't like the firm. I don't like the messages you put it forms an impression for the viewers or listeners or the readers that should they want the firm to be there, it is all about the content. It should make them approach you. It should be approachable. So talking about the creating valuable, irrelevant contents, address the key questions and concerns. So identify the most common questions and concerns the clients are having at a different stage of their divorce journey. Use this insight to develop content that answer these questions directly, such as what to expect from the divorce process. Very obvious questions. They're thinking about how to manage my finance during the divorce process. Keep those questions, and you can write like a ton of those questions and try to address them, and use that questions in your contents also to just bring the client in. Because keep in mind that when you send these questions out or a content, where the person first see the content and the challenge or the issues there in the mind, if that aligns with them, they're going to read the rest of your post too. If that doesn't align, they're not going to read the post. They're going to just skip past it. You have to align with their concerns. Think about all of those things. Now, focus on clarity and accessibility. Use a simple, clear language to explain legal terms and process. I think we talked about that in the past. Break down the complex information into digestible pieces that empower your client rather than overwhelm them. We talk about it. Just kind of repeating this here again. Uh, Again, we talk about prioritize empathy and support that include messages of support and reassurance throughout your content. Now, share stories about how your client successfully navigated their divorces with your help, focusing on positive outcome and recoveries. So, I mentioned one thing that share stories. It's very, very important to share stories about people because people like to hear stories. People love stories. Hey, what happened to him? What happened to this guy? That guy has a similar story as my story. So they start connecting the dots with their story. Like, hey, the end that story had in a positive way, that's going to be me too. So that creates a very positive vibe. Again, these are all the content. Positive stories make a lot of difference. Not every story is going to be positive, but positive outcome would be a good idea too. If you have something you want to share, share it. This will help your clients to gain confidence. Now, content formats, like what kind of content format we talking about? Number one is blog post. So regularly update blog posts that cover a wide range of topics from legal advice to personal well-being during the divorce process. These posts can help you improve your search engine optimization and also will drive organic traffic. And I was reading one of the articles the other day and was trying to see that which content is like stays for a longer time. Blog post tops that list. That blog post, if you put a blog and the SEO it generated and the kind of things it said, it stays for like more than a year in the system. Whereas the Instagram and all of the things which are like quick things, they might go away in a few hours. Blog post stays for a very long time. Focus on that too. Other thing which is gaining momentum is video. A lot of videos are coming in there. The create video content that addresses common concerns or provide something like step-by-step guides. Videos is highly engaging and can be used to explain complex topics in a more personal way. So a lot of these videos and everybody, I've seen people watching a lot of videos, with short videos, reels, shorts, everywhere. People love it. They like to watch video these days more than reading things. So videos is another angle there. You need to cash on these things. Use infographics, not like real, just infographic. These to simplify the visual data processing or timelines related to divorce proceeding. Like just show the diagrams and how this works. There's step one, step two, step three, step four kind of thing. And you can use both on the website and the social media platform if you want to. That works well. Ebooks and guidelines. Okay, so is another thing which I was thinking about. This offer comprehensive guides or ebooks as downloadable content in exchange for email addresses, which can help build your email marketing list. That's a very good thing. This is in marketing terminology, we call that as a lead magnet. Is something like you offer somebody to download a book or some giveaways so that you can get an email or you get some email address from them so that you can market yourself to them at some point. FAQs, very important. FAQs are like, you need to combine a list of FAQs section on your website. Very, very important. The more you give more FAQs, if your website are missing FAQs, go ahead and add FAQs on the website. These are the ones which answer very common inquiries. But above all of these things, it does answer questions to the customer, but it's very, very important for a search engine optimization part of it. It does a lot of help because the content you used in the FAQs that get indexed, and when somebody's searching for similar concept, your website, your will or your business will start popping up the top because you're one of those who are kind of answering those questions. FAQs are becoming very, very common on websites. Every website pretty much have it. If you don't have one, add one. Another
Sanjay,
thing,
just want to let you know we're about 10 minutes prior to one, so just letting you know.
all right. I have a few more slides probably. I'll just try to speed up.
Okay.
Thank you. Webinars and workshop, hosting webinar and workshops is actually working better for a lot of people. And I see that it's improving and it does help you to kind of move in the right direction. So, okay. Best practices. I'm going to just rush up a little bit. Uh, Strategic positioning, aligning your publication for a content when your audience is more active online. Use scheduling tools, consistent presence in there. Cross promotion across channel. This have we talked about in the past. Like you have a blog and then you cut small pieces out of it, put it in the emails and newsletters, social media, in videos. That helps because it's one kind of content and you can use multiple places. We talk about this one also, feedback and iterations. The more you gather the feedback on the content very effectively, and that it can be used to tailor your next content or the next content that is it working? People are liking it. I'm getting a response, things like that. Engagement strategies. I think you guys all are doing it. Building relationship is an engagement to key to build the lasting relationship with potential clients, right? And it helps establishing authority, making your firm to a go-to choice of divorce-related ones. Supporting clients is the next thing we have, which is effective engagement. To also provide emotional support to client at the time when they need the most. Now, in the purpose and tools, they use the interactive content. Interactive content is what? Quizzes, polls, calculators, alimony calculators, asset divisions. These are all interactive things that might help. Benefit of these things is interactive will help personalize the user experience and allow them to get tailored answer and information. This is not only their aids in the decision-making process, but also increase the time they spend interacting with your brand. That helps you search engine optimization again to bring the sites up. Strategies. So educational webinars. A lot. These are going a lot. I see them a lot. People are doing a lot. Do that. You can use topic like understanding your legal rights, tips for coping up with the divorce stress. These are the things. Start doing those educational webinars. That creates a momentum and create a brand. Another thing is live Q&A sessions. It's a forum to provide a potential client to ask questions directly to receive immediate feedback. And that enhances the trust in your expertise. And engagement during events. Okay, the events, these are also kind of popping up like polls and chat features to keep the audience engaged during the real-time feedback you can get it. And there's another social media engagement. Maintain a regular posting schedule. I was talking about it. Consistency is the key in this case. And you can share articles, client testimonials, update about your firm so that keep it engaged. Foster a community around your brand and encouraging discussion and support among the followers. Create a private group is what I'm trying to say, where client can share their experiences and advise under your firm's guidance. Responsive communications. Ensure that the response to comments and messages are timely and helpful so that the firm is accessible and ready to help, which is crucial for individuals in stressful situations like divorces. Again, best practice for maximizing engagements is content relevance. Engagement contents are highly relevant and an interest to your target audience. Tailor the content to address their most pressing questions. We mentioned that earlier. Follow-up strategies. Implement a follow-up strategy of post-webinar or live sessions, thank you emails, additional resources, exclusive offers. and then measure on a tab. Again, we talk about the same thing again, that everything you do, you need to go back and follow up and see that, is it working? Is it working? Am I engaging? There are a lot of track metrics and all the stuff will happen. Now, summarizing the whole thing, which I said, talk about like few bullet lists, which I'm highlighting. Effective marketing requires target communication, ethical consideration to connect with diverse client needs, sensitivity. So I'm just not going to read because of lack of time. I believe the slides and everything will be shared out. Uh, but again, I mean, if you have any questions, you can definitely ask me. Nicole, I think I'm running out of time here, but in the last, if you wanted to reach out to me, this is my email address and my phone number, and I can have one-on-one conversation. It's no cost. I can talk about it, do a digital free audit for you guys if you want to do that. And have any question, just ping me. We can talk about it. That's all I have.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Sanjay. As I said,
But you have to rush it in the end because I'm like, what? Thanks for keeping me on time.
no, that's great. That's great. Yeah, we've got 5 minutes left for questions. I know people tend to need to leave at the top of the hour. Some people texted that they had to jump, so I'll take a couple of questions quickly. Anybody have any for Lori? Go ahead, shoot.
Okay, what about mailers? Like buying a list of, couples that are, going to be going through a divorce. I got an email, with the service providing me that information and then, getting those people's addresses and then, customizing a mailer, a monthly mailer type of thing, maybe with a scanned QR code that, goes to a download guide and where you get their email address and then you can put them into an email marketing campaign.
There are two aspects to that. One is primarily saying that where are you getting the list from? Sometimes that list is very generic and it's just going very public. It's going to everyone. And if
Yes.
that is the idea, because most of these people I've seen that they just get their lists are wrong. They're not having the right list. But sending it to your community, and there are set of customers you are targeting who are traditional and not look at the mailers and stuff like that, that will definitely work. I've seen that work in various other businesses also. But the effective rate of that is very, very low. It's less than 3% of 2%, something like that, because most of these mailers are kind of thrown out. But whatever it comes back and people scan and give you the details, that is still worth it to go back. Now, again, if the cost is too high, then I don't think mailers are a good option. But I've seen people doing mailer on a constant basis and they do get it. Rather than having an individual mailer, you can put it on a local magazine, something like that. That would be cheaper option versus individual mailers going out. That would work. If the same effectiveness goes there, I've seen that. And that works sometimes because again, it depends on the target audience. If they're reading through all of that. Some of them do, definitely.
Amy, go ahead.
Me?
Amy, yeah.
Oh.
And then I will
Yeah.
get you.
Okay. I'm presently writing a book on divorce, a guidebook to divorce, to address common mistakes that are made and to help the reader protect their money, their children, and protect their sanity. And I'm presently on Facebook and on LinkedIn. Do you suggest that I increase to a different platform? I've just been on those two platforms.
See, when you're writing an ebook and you try to promote an ebook, I would say that your ebook, you can promote it onto multiple platforms also. Like LinkedIn is one of the very good platform, which is high net worth people. So promote your book over there too. Facebook and Instagram are fine. I would suggest that do a couple of things. Facebook, Instagram goes there. Don't put the whole book in there unless you're getting something in return of that. Like I was telling you that lead magnets point of view, tell people that, hey, I have a book which can give you all these things, and you give me an email address and I give you a free book. And that way you get something in return and they get something, both of you get benefit out of it. So they are in the mailing list, you can call them, text them, sorry, about your promotions going in and bring those as like over a period of time, those becomes your customer potentially. LinkedIn is another platform where you can actually promote your book, create a flyer, go on the LinkedIn, and tell them that there's a book there. You can obviously give a link there saying that, hey, this book is available on Amazon for 99 cents for all you know. And it's okay to put that way. People will buy 99 cents if they think it's worth it. Again, 99 cents is not what I'm looking for as money. It's just that I need their addresses, mail, so that I can reach out to them. I'm creating my content management, or I would say I'm creating my customer management system where I need information. This information is gold because you get customers' email address, phone numbers, and everything coming to you where you can reach out to them. And they are subscribers. Fantastic. You can reach out to them and that increase your conversions also, or maybe new clients.
Thank you.
Sure.
Okay, Ira gets the last question. We'll have to hop off. Go ahead, Ira.
Thank you for all your information. Very informative. What would you say are your, for this audience, would be our top 3 priorities to get started?
So the first priority is, do you have a digital platform, a digital footprint, meaning that do you have a website to begin with? If the answer is yes, you have a website, well, are you on a social media? Are you posting it? Are you doing emails? If you're doing all 3 of the things, then you are there like top people who are most of the people are not doing that kind of stuff. Now, is your email, are you consistently in your emails and the social media posts? If the answer is yes, fantastic. Go for the advertisement as your next step. But if you're not doing any of these stuff, so get your website up to the mark because it's a digital world. And second thing is, get onto your post, create some content management or other customer management system to get those emails. Don't buy it, because generally buying is not working for a lot of people. They get fake addresses, email bounces, and you get blacklisted by Google. So I would say 3 things is like social media, email marketing, and having a website is a starting point. If you have all 3 of the things, push yourself for getting a higher ranking or advertising.
Great. Yeah, having those and really working them is the next step. So thank you, Sanjay. This was great. Thanks everyone for being here, and we'll
Thanks,
see
everyone.
you all very soon.
Absolutely. Thanks so much.